Okay guys, so this is going to be hopefully a quick update video on the upcoming new Calcutta Conquest BFS from Shimano, and I'm doing this update video because of, I guess, the surprising popularity of the old reel. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are looking forward to the release of the new reel, but I do have some more, I guess, important information about the new reel versus the old one. And for that, we're going to go to one of Shimano's pro staffers website, Kenshi Kuroda, and he came out with a little vlog that's going to show us comparison between the old and the new reel. And you can see this picture here, and fortunately for us, he uploaded some really big high-res pictures. And right here you can see that the new reel right here on the right looks to be significantly smaller than the old reel, which was pretty small already. So that's good news, at least in my opinion, because I thought they were probably going to be the same size, at least on the palm side plate. But obviously by this picture, hopefully you guys can tell that the new reel, the palm side plate, is noticeably smaller than the old one. Here's another view, and you can also see the difference, I guess, in the area where the external adjustment dial is sitting. It's a little bit more cut out for the new reel versus the old one, and the new reel's got that, I guess, little circle drilled into the adjustment dial, while the old one does not. Okay, let's keep on going down. Okay, here's another picture right here, and right here he actually lines up the reel feet for both reels, and once again you can see that the new reel is noticeably smaller than the old one. Hopefully you guys can make out this big old high-res picture he uploaded, and this is with the reel seat pretty much lined up. Now they're not perfectly horizontal, but you get the picture. So as small as the old reel palmed, at least in my opinion, for a round reel, the newer one is going to palm even lower, at least by, it looks like, a couple of millimeters, because look at where the top of the old reel is versus the new one. So this new Calcutta Conquest BFS is going to be a tiny palming reel. Alright, now here's a picture from the top view. Here's the new one, here's the old one, and it looks like all around the new reel is going to be smaller than the old one. It looks to be narrower, which is not surprising because of the narrower spool, but the gearbox seems to be more integrated into the handle side plate. Doesn't stick out quite as far as the old one. There's a blown up view. The new one, the new reel has, I guess, a gold plated line guide, while the old one was black. You can see the new thumb bar of the new one versus the old one. And here's something, the new one has a much bigger spool tension knob than the old one, and it looks like the handle is pushed in a little bit more closer to the body on the new reel versus the old one. Right, here's another picture. Right here you can definitely see that the spool tension on the new one is much bigger. I like that better. Now there's no, I guess, indication notch like on the old one, but I like the new spool tension better. And you can definitely see the machining of the handle side plate is I guess a lot more interesting on the new reel versus the old one, but it looks like they kept the same drag star. Alright, now check this out. Here's a picture of the gears. And the new model is going to be sporting aluminum gears, while the old one is sporting brass gears, obviously. And one thing I can definitely see is that now, while both of them are sporting micro module gears, the gear teeth on the older model look to be noticeably smaller than the new model. So it looks like the new Conquest BFS is going to be sporting, I guess, the second tier micro module gears, while the old one is sporting the first tier. And what I mean by that is that while Shimano puts micro module gears in a lot of their reels all the way down to the CURADO, only the most expensive bait cashers will get the micro module gears that have the really fine teeth. And we're talking Conquest and ANTARES. Anything down from that is going to get the, I guess, lower tier micro gears that, while they're still small, they are noticeably bigger than the upper tier micro gears. And one thing you can also see is that the new gears are huge compared to the old ones, and that's because the new reel is going to be sporting the really high gear ratios. And I think they went with aluminum over brass because they wanted to shave a little bit of weight off the old reel, but they also knew that the higher gear ratios will require a bigger main gear. So I think that's definitely why they went with aluminum. Okay, here's another picture of the gears and the drag washer, which looks to be the cross carbon. Once again, huge difference between the two. You can definitely see the difference in the tooth size as well as all the material ported out of the aluminum gear. Now I wonder why they just didn't port out the brass gear, but oh well. And I think that's pretty much it. And the reason I'm covering this is because these are pretty much very important questions, especially for the people who have the old model and they're trying to decide whether they want the new model or not. Alright, now I got some bad news, and that is that the release dates for both right and left hands have been pushed back. Now I think the original release dates for the left-handers were supposed to be at the end of this month, February, but they pushed that back. Yep, it says right here the release month has been changed from February to April for the left-handers, and then the right-handers were supposed to be released in April and now May. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for your new Conquest BFS. And let's go over to Digitaka to end out this video, because they do have it listed even though they don't have any in stock. And as of today, with the current exchange rate, you're looking at right at about $400 for the Conquest BFS. So this is not a cheap reel, but once again, this is one of Shimano's flagship reels, made out of pretty much all metal, so it's going to last you a lifetime. Something you can definitely pass down to your kids if you maintain this reel. Alright guys, so there we go with the quick update video of the new 2023 Calcutta Conquest BFS. Now let me know in the comment section if any of this new information I just showed you is going to change your mind about whether you are still going to get the reel, or whether you are on the fence and now you definitely know you either want one or do not want one. Now I personally, I think I am going to get one. think I am going to get one, and of course I'm going to have to wait until April or May, I believe, in order to grab a right-hander. Alright guys, thanks a lot.